It's been almost 2 decades since Ontario's Sum 41 broke into the pop rock scene. They're now back with a new album and a new tour. I caught up with a few of the guys from 533 meters in the air.
We just sick, we just tired, apathetic, uninspired.
We're here at the base of the CN Tower. When is the last time you've been here?
We actually signed our deal here.
We signed our record contract in the restaurant.
Yeah, with Alan Def Jam.
Yeah, when we were 19 years old, so that was a long time ago.
Just as things were looking up, you said it wasn't good enough, but still we're trying one more time.
Which, by the way, we signed that on my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
I literally, so that year, so we were so young, my father had given me a year, right? In true, like, Guyanese fashion, he's like, David, you have a year to get signed or do something with music. If you don't, I'm breaking your guitar over my knee and you're going to school. And I was like, all right. And then, yeah, literally December 12th.
Yeah, it was almost 20 years ago to the day.
Yeah.
December 12th we signed.
Yeah.
That's
1999.
wild. And we're here today with someone that may vomit when we do the glass floor walk. But do you remember the first thing you treated yourself with?
Eric and I went up to
That's right.
Future Shop and bought this like elaborate home stereo.
Yeah.
And we both bought the same thing. It was like Sherwin Vega speakers and subwoofers and I had all this stuff in I was still living with my parents. So I just like crammed it into my bedroom, turned it to 11.
But also, like, they say Future Shop, but it was really my uncle's truck. Yeah.
All that we have is just a big away.
Do you guys want to try to sit on this?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, you
okay.
can do it. Yeah. You gonna do it too? Wow. You're coming a long way.
Looking up.
Oh, this is good.
I feel like we have your next album cover here right now. So when's the last time you did this in an interview?
Laid down?
On the glass ceiling.
Yeah, this was the first.
And you know what? We
For
made it.
20 years later.
20 years later. Make sure to check them out and check out their new album. No More Heights.
Leaving us all behind without to break.
I know your political tones have been in your guys' music, but do you ever have any trepidations releasing kind of politically motivated songs?
I think we've been doing it for so long now. Like stuff like even Does It Look Infected that came out in 2002 was, you know, a lot of those songs were about the Bush years. So when stuff affects us, we want to talk about it and get out. It's just kind of our opinion on things without trying to be preachy. So no, I think 45 is obviously about Trump. Our dislike for Trump, and no, I don't think anything that comes up in our lives we want and it affects us, we want to talk about it. And this is affecting us, even though we're Canadian. It still affects everyone in the world, really.
You know, you have somebody in office that's saying that he loves America, trying to make it great again. It's filled with great people, just like a lot of countries all over the world. So, I mean, he can sit there on his pedestal and say all these things, but it's being absorbed in ways that he's not thinking, because we're responding with records like we just released, where a lot of the material is based on the state of the world politically.
This year marks the 15th anniversary of their hit album Chuck. But what many don't know is the significance of the album's title. It arose from a frightening situation when the group was in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
While we were there, a little battle started up at the border. To keep the story short, and then our hotel wasn't far from the border, so there was a whole gunfight, and then a whole war basically just erupted again around us, and we had to get evacuated to the UN, and we had to get taken out in tanks and armored personnel carriers, APCs, and then we got home, and one song came after that was "Where All the Blame" was basically the first single off Chuck, and that was the song that was written after we got home from the Congo. And then we named the record
after Chuck Peltier, who, like, his heroics saved, it was over 40 people that day.
The group is in the middle of their North American tour with stops across Canada. They'll begin their world tour in the new year. Lindsay Dunn, City News, Toronto.